Hello, 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 hello. Happy Monday, August 21st. It's Christmas is tomorrow. Are you guys ready?
Christmas. Can we have Halloween first?
That's what I was saying. Like I didn't pick out my costumes.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Costumes. That's gonna be a fun one. I gotta think about what we may dress up as. Although it's Florida, it's hot. I don't know. Well, I'll workshop this for my family. We might just skip and go to Christmas. But hello. Today we have a lovely set of guests and one of our lovely hosts here today. We do have a semi-lovely list of topics to talk about. It's gonna be kind of a roller coaster. We're gonna have some things that we're gonna be like about, and then some things that we might be happy about. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens today. But before we start, I do want to introduce our lovely panel of people. We're gonna start off with Chelsea. Who is you, and what do you do?
Oh, that's such a good question. I is Chelsea Bites, and sometimes I make content about tech, but mostly you'll just see me like running my gab on a whole bunch of different platforms. We just did 2 shows yesterday for 8 hours where we just casted for League of Legends. It was great. It was tumultuous. It was so stressful, but I had a good time. So yeah, if you want to catch me doing all those things, we just did an NZXT podcast and we've been doing meeting after meeting after meeting. I'm trying to talk so much so everybody can prep for their spotlight. Thank you. Awesome. I did my job. Hi, everybody. You know me. Nice to see you again.
Yes, hopefully you guys got ready. Hopefully you used that time wisely. Okay. I know I said the order differently before, but now there was like shift in the thing. So Kai, you are next. Who is you and what do you do?
Gang, what's good? Hi, everyone. I'm defined by Kai. You could just call me Kai, though. I am a producer at Rooster Teeth. I'm also a content creator. You can find me on all the socials, Twitch, YouTube. Bleh. Yeah, I just be having fun playing games. I got swords behind me and plushies, and I'm about that blurred life. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I love that red panda. Oh,
yeah, turning red.
So cute. Yeah, it's so thick. I love it because it's like a thick panda.
So fluffy.
Yes. Justin, who is you?
Yes.
And what do you do?
So I obviously used my time very wisely to think about what I was about to say.
Wow.
My name is
COVID survivor.
You're supposed to go first too. You know, that's the crazy thing.
I was definitely prepared. My name is Justin H. Phillips. My @ on Instagram is Justin H. Phillips 56. I'm an actor, producer, philanthropist, and COVID survivor, as you can see below. I do film. I've been acting most of my life. I've done productions, people like King Vader. I've done live production. I've done theater, musical theater. So I've been kind of like all over the place when it comes to music. Just any sort of art I can get my hands on, really. Music, acting, production stuff. I love technology. I love cameras, all of that stuff. So really, if you see me somewhere and you're like, I don't know if that was the same dude, because it was just such a random place to see me, I probably was there. I'm all over the place. So nice to meet you. Nice to actually see you.
Great. And it is true. Like some of the things that like clips of things I've seen you post on social, like you don't some actors have like one lane they stay in. You are a variety actor. Like I've seen you in a lot of different things and a lot of different clips, and you out here.
I appreciate it.
And Toasty, who is you and what do you do?
Wow, I still was not ready to be big on the screen.
Jesus.
Hello, everyone.
Dang it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Toasty Marshmallow. My real name's Lauren, but you can call me Toasty. And I am an actor based in New York City. I primarily do stage and voice acting. Trying to get into TV film, but it's hard right now. Hosting, I'm pretty new to hosting, but I've gotten a host for some cool companies recently. And then I've been a content creator for 3 years now. I do anime covers. I do a lot of nerd style content. It's a term I coined. And yeah, so all things nerdy, I pretty much cover and post about. Yeah.
And happy belated birthday. I saw you
thank
had your birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy belated.
It was so fun.
What'd you end up eating?
Yeah.
Would I eat?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my boyfriend got me ice cream cake. And I have to say, I didn't used to like ice cream cake, but it keeps you really well in the freezer. So now it's my go-to.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you said so. I left that in the freezer.
No.
All the way.
Oh, wow. No, that's amazing. I'm happy for you. I'm glad you got to celebrate.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. What flavor?
He got me pistachio and chocolate, I think. I was like, where'd you get the pistachio from? But it was Haagen-Dazs, so it was high quality.
Okay. High quality. Haagen-Dazs ice cream? Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Good.
It's
Okay.
delicious. Let's go.
Yes, yes. Oh, and also you do nerdcore music, and a lot of people could recently hear you in an Amanda the Adventurer song.
Yes, that song is on YouTube. It's called Don't Listen. It's by Jake Neutron featuring me and Meals. Didn't know much about it going into it besides I was playing the game Amanda, and then it blew up on YouTube and now has like 30 million views. So yeah, definitely go check that out.
For sure, for
Please.
sure.
Y'all know what to do.
Yes, you bet. Y'all better. Y'all better. But yeah, it's adorable, and you did a really, really great job. Like when I saw,
Thank
because I think I reacted to it, and then I saw, oh, that's Toasty. That's cute.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. 10 out of 10. You know how this is.
Yeah. Toast, I think
For
the
sure,
first
for
video I ever saw of you was when you did the voice acting for the new Pokemon game. And I said,
Mhm.
oh,
Yeah.
this girl is super freaking talented.
That's
Thank
fun.
you.
It was wild. I was like, oh my gosh, she killing it.
It's always the stuff that you just do on a whim that just blows up. Like somebody commented, they were like, you kind of look like that girl. And I was like, you know what? You're onto something.
You playing the mind games right now, baby. Hold up. Let me fit into this glove real quick. Toasty, I'm glad I get to tell you that you're just super impressive. I've gotten to see what you've done this year, and it's really cool to finally get to be able to join you on that journey and watch you do what you do just naturally. It's very infectious. It's a lot of fun, and I've been rooting for you behind the scenes, so that
Thank
means
you.
anything. Yeah,
Well,
we
y'all
got
are the
you on.
trailblazers, so I'm just following in your footsteps.
I'm just old grabby Chelsea walking around on
I didn't mean it like that.
Let me put on my glasses real quick. See
No,
y'all
I meant
better.
it in a good way.
No. It's you're just being respectful, child. I understand.
Don't let Miss Model in a
her bully
commercial
you.
fool you.
Thank you so much.
No.
Interns, get that picture.
No,
of
you
Chelsea
better
in
sit
that
down.
commercial with that cool
You
hair.
better sit.
Okay.
Christine!
Get that picture, interns. We're putting that on the screen. Okay. Little hair
Now,
channel.
Christine, I told you to stop talking
Like,
about
This
me
is what you
like
get. This is
this.
what you get.
She's sitting in the computer seat like a throne, like
What
the
they
queen
say.
she is. Like,
Find out. Find out.
Oh wow, you make
Mess
me
around and
sick,
find out.
Christine. God dang, no, don't make those interns work. I know they just so busy. Oh my goodness. No. It's so great to have y'all today. I'm in rare form. It's been a minute since I've gotten to actually be on PartyChat because we have just been busy. So y'all are gonna have to deal with my energy of just getting to be able to talk to y'all like this. I know we have a whole plethora of things to talk to, Christine. So before the interns actually get that stuff, do you want to go through what we're doing today? What we got?
Yeah, so we have a long list of things that we're going to be talking about, but our first intro stuff, shout out to the interns. Shout out to the interns. Yes, because you guys are awesome. But also shout out to our members. These are people that have taken an extra mile in the audience to support us, and we really appreciate you, and much love to you. And if you'd like to be a member, you just hit that join button right next to the subscribe button. And I also want to say shout out to Otaku Noir, which we partner with. If you use PartyChat at checkout, when you go to get your next Blurred Mystery Box from otakunoir.com, you get free shipping on us. So make sure you check out otakunoir.com. Check them out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. Awesome group of people. So make sure you check them out. And then lastly, subscribe and hit that notification bell, okay? Hit that like button. Do all the things, all right? If you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, follow us. We love you. All right. New this week, okay? There's a total like 9 pages, and there's 5 of us. So we could
9
like
pages?
yes, 9 pages. The way the grandma face came back, you was like 9 pages.
Because it's wild. What the?
It is wild. So, guests, I'm going to ask you guys to jump in. So, New This Week is a thing we do each week where we just mention the newest things to release in gaming, TV, movies, all those things. And we're going to have a doc that you could just read off of. So, we could just, it'll be right there. It'll be right there.
Good
There's
luck.
9 pages. There's 5 of us. So,
Popcorn?
But,
Are we popcorning it?
Okay, Kai, let's
Oh,
popcorn
I'm
it.
sorry. This is your podcast.
You know what?
Start it
No, this
off.
is how we're gonna do it. Can we get the host to do it because we're professionals in here? All right, everybody who hosts
I
right
can,
here
but
at
I
the
do
top
feel
of the
bad when they're
call.
listening to us read like 9 pages and they're just sitting
Do
there.
y'all want to
I do feel-
participate? We'll do 2 pages each and go around. Okay, let's do that.
That works. That
2
works.
pages each. All right.
All right,
Hey,
so
me.
new
pages.
this week.
All right. It's so
All
new.
right, so I'll start off with games. This week we have August 22nd, Immortals of Avium. Oh, I actually am very interested in the game just because the main actor of the main, the game itself. But I'm interested to see it. But it's coming out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Fort Solace is coming out PS5 and PC. WrestleQuest is coming out PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. August 24th, we have Blasphemous 2, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. And August 25th, we have Armored Core 6. Yeah, the 6. I was like Roman numerals, V516. Okay. Fires of Rubicon on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
Beautiful. Love it.
TV
Can't wait for the rest.
shows. Yeah, I'll do the first one for TV shows.
Mhm,
August 20th, we have San Francisco Sounds, A Place in Time, limited release on MGM Plus. Sister Wives, oh gosh, season 18 on TLC. The Winter King, season 1, MGM Plus. I'm not gonna lie, that Winter King poster is very unassuming. Like I'm looking at it and I'm just like, he looks just like a dirty man. I'm not interested. It's not like anything to draw you in, like how he doesn't have like a look to draw you in. He's just like sitting there. So that's unique.
Yeah. That's a way to describe that.
Yeah, I have thoughts. I don't think. Yeah, I have thoughts.
You summarized that very well.
Yeah,
very
you did.
politely.
Yeah. Polite is the right word.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very, very
Thank you.
friendly.
Friendly. That is also a word. August 22nd, we have Bobby's Triple Threat, season 2, HGTV. Wait, isn't he the cooking channel guy? So
Yeah.
now he does
Yes,
houses
Bobby
now?
Flay.
That's Bobby Flambe. That man, yeah.
Flambe.
Mhm. Tired
But
of
he's
that
doing
man. with
houses
his
I don't
on
know
money.
what energy.
HGTV?
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me hush. I'm gonna bring it down.
No, Flambe. I'm like, because I know that's from like a Disney Channel show where they had like a fake cooker and they called him Flambe.
Exactly. That's the shade. Yep. Thank you. You saw that. Let's get to this next page.
I got you.
So August 23rd, Ahsoka season 1 on Disney Plus is coming through. Super psyched for that. And then Invasion season 2. Now that I see it, I am interested because I love stuff like that. It just looks interesting. The Ultimatum, Marry or Move On season 2 on Netflix. And August 24th, Toya and Regina season 1. I have a whole bunch of thoughts. I've never watched The Ultimatum, Marry or Move On. Honestly, all those relationships are doomed. If you got to go on a show to do it, it's done. It's not real. All right, next page.
Oh my God.
I'm not
August
gonna lie,
25th.
Ultimatum is hella messy. Way
Of
more messy
course
than
it
the
is.
other ones.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
I
It
know
is.
it's good because it's just all show. No real nothing. All right, August 25th. I wanted The Escape of Carlos Gosen. I gotta learn another language.
You're doing great.
Thank you. Limited Apple TV Plus, and then the Conversations Project season 1 Hulu, The Museum season 2 on BritBox, and Retribution limited on Netflix. All right, it's on to you, Kai.
I will say, okay, I want to do movies, but y'all didn't have the Bachelorette season finale is tonight. The darkest skinned Black woman on The Bachelorette ever. Her name's Charity.
I'm not here because I didn't write it.
Wait, is that did the show already start or is that a premiere?
Oh,
They
it's
might have
a
got it
finale.
with
It's
the
a
premiere
finale, I would
weeks.
say.
Yeah, we do the premieres of like it's just
It's a
the
good
premieres
highlight.
of
It's a good highlight
I
though.
just like that it's dark. She's dark skinned. She's
No,
the
no,
first
give
one
it
that's
that
not
extra
mixed,
bump.
sexually ambiguous.
That's
Exactly. Exactly.
Repeat it
That's good,
again.
that's good.
Where can you watch it? And who? What season? The Bachelorette.
It's
Season
actually
1?
the 20th season of The
20th
Bachelorette.
season.
Oh.
On what network?
I don't know. I watch it on Hulu.
Watch it on Hulu,
Right,
everybody.
Hulu. There you
There we
go.
go.
Right now.
There it is.
There you go.
Before they increase the pricing.
100%.
True.
All right.
Man.
Movies.
Yeah.
All right. So August 20. Oh, those are words. August 22nd. We got
You're gonna do great.
Thank you.
Right.
I called the Tunisian investigation on Vaden Digital, storage locker Vaden Digital, Gump, my man's the doggy, Vaden Digital,
Okay.
Meta,
You got it. One
You
more
got
time.
this. Go ahead.
Come on.
Metacolot, Army of the Doomstar.
There you go. That's beautiful.
I was set up.
Can we say
I was-
Metacolopolis from now on? That's how I want to say it.
I did put an extra P in there, didn't I?
It was
Yeah.
beautiful. That made it more interesting. I have to
Yeah.
watch it now.
Yeah,
that sounds like a
actually made me
city.
want to see
I
it.
think I sold
Yeah.
it. They should pay me some royalties for sure.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I should honestly just change the title.
Yeah.
I mean, bootyology sounds cool. All right, the
That
list
does, actually.
also
We do
Vaden
what?
Digital, bootyology
But wait, the
limited.
list.
It's right. Bootyology.
No,
the list.
no, the list and then the nothing.
Well, no, well,
Nothing. I'm sorry. I
This
should
is
shut
my
up. This
opinion.
is your job. I need
My
to be
opinion.
quiet. You're right.
I'm giving my opinion.
You did that.
You gave your opinion.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was shame
All right,
on me.
I'll start over you. The list on Vaden Digital, Bootyology Limited, August 25th. We will have The Hill, which is in theaters, and Golda in theaters.
Okay.
All right, Toasty, if you wouldn't mind.
The Admirer in theaters, White Bird in theaters, Gran Turismo, which I'm very excited about actually, in theaters, and then Bottoms Limited. Why is there so much butt movies coming out?
I don't know.
Are they bottoms? Because there's a lot of, I mean, I guess all women are technically bottoms, but I mean,
Bootyology and Bottoms.
Do we wanna, I want to talk about that a little bit, actually. I'm about it. It's a conversation we could have. We could have it. All right.
All right. Is it still me or
Yeah, if you'd like. If you want
Okay.
to pass it, pass it. We got it.
Retribution Limited, The Retirement Plan Limited, The Dive Limited, and Vacation Friends 2 on Hulu.
Oh, I was tripping. I thought that was something else. Liam Neeson ain't tired yet. Man,
That's it. Oh,
He
that
is.
is him.
he
That's-
gotta be.
Definitely is.
Yeah, he gotta
Yeah.
be. All right.
Mhm.
It's your turn. You got it.
All right. So we got, okay, interesting.
wow.
All right.
Wow.
The pictures really leaped out here. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they
this
did.
was the
Yeah,
first
they
one
did.
that got me before I saw any titles.
Yeah.
We got, you were so not invited to my bar mitzvah. Okay.
Mm.
All right.
What the
We
heck
got
not?
Fremont.
Mhm.
All right. We got Piaf. All right. I don't know if that was correct.
You did that. You
pronunciation.
ate that. You did that.
We'll
All
say-
right. We
yeah,
got
let's-
Bank of Dave. That looks fun. And Carpet Cowboys. I don't know what that image is at all. This is a very unique
Carpet
collection right
Cowboys.
here.
This is so okay. I want to say this. Normally, we have a lot of murder shows and murder movies.
Yeah, this
and
is different,
murders.
y'all.
This one
Okay.
is definitely taking a left. They're like F murdering. Let's just do love and
Okay.
love making. It seems to be the thing.
Booty
around
and carpet and bottoms.
You
and
think Carpet Cowboys has to do with lovemaking?
I don't know what it has
I
to
mean,
do with anything.
when I hear, never mind. I was gonna say when I hear the word
Ooh.
carpet,
Yeah, yeah.
you
Okay.
think of some
Yeah.
things.
Okay.
And
That's what I was thinking, but I
Okay.
didn't want to burst
Like, take
Justin's
what
bubble.
I just asked a genuine question.
It's
You ever been a carpet
for drapes,
cowboy?
know?
Most
Mm.
definitely not.
And then you think a cowboy, and you're like,
Oh, we're riding
I
carpet.
would have
Yeah, this is
questions on
creative. These are creative titles.
Toasty, why did you cover your mouth like that? Now,
Toasty,
she
how old
said
are you, love bug?
enough.
Enough,
Um,
right?
Yeah.
My friend Lizzie always says, I'm infinite. That's her answer to that
I love
question.
that.
Oh, that's
I'm
sweet.
Aw.
I'm eternal.
Okay.
I didn't want to say that to y'all, but I am eternal. You're absolutely
Really,
right.
I just want to be able to
Listen.
play kids roles for forever. So
Oh, I
No,
love that for
that's super
you.
cute.
Is that why we? Okay, I got you.
I'll DM it to you though.
Thank you. Please do. We're wholesome on the outside.
On the outside.
On the outside.
Shout out Carpet Cowboys coming soon.
Right. Oh goodness. You just brought it back
we
around.
are working this out. Okay,
That's
so
hilarious.
we
All
did
right,
our
next announcement. It was
Yeah.
announced, if I'm not mistaken, either today or yesterday. DreamCon announces their dates for next year,
Yep.
and the ticket drop. So July 26th to the 28th is 2024 is when they're going to have the show in Austin at the Convention Center, like they did this year. Fall ticket drop is September 15th at 7 p.m. Central. The winter drop is in December sometime. They will have a spring drop and possibly a summer drop. I guess. Oh, premium badges will be able to upgrade in the summer.
Yeah.
So,
So I think that's like their gold badges that they had this year and so on and
oh,
so
and
forth.
platinum and whatnot.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bring
so
it
you'll
back
be
up,
able
so
to
just
do
in
that.
case they didn't see it. There.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
They get screenshots. Everyone get your screenshots.
Get, get your information. So
I just think
try
keep
to
it up
do the
long
first
enough.
ticket drop because it's gonna be tough stuff.
Thank
I know,
you.
like last
Mhm.
time it sold out fast, and
Yep.
didn't it just end?
Don't
Yes,
be like
but
me. I'm waiting until down here.
Yeah,
till
yeah.
June. I'm glad you're like till down here.
Yep.
So yeah. And that's
That's funny.
just so everybody is aware, this is the same weekend as Evo, and it's also the same weekend as San Diego Comic-Con. So you're gonna have to make some choices. It's the exact same weekend.
Yeah, this
I was
was
gonna
probably a
go to Evo
situation
next-
where they
That's
booked
rough.
it well in
It's rough.
advance.
I'm
Good
trying to
God.
decide if my love for fighting is as strong for the love of my community. I'm
Man.
really trying to figure it
Not
out.
us versus
What a
them. What are
decision
you
to make.
doing?
Right?
I'm just saying. I'm trying
What
to
a
make
decision to make.
Do I love to fight or do I love my people? Like
But who
it's
are
a
you fighting
hard
for?
Oh, wow. Why can't those know?
Why can't
Who
we
are
have
you going
both?
to fight for at Evo if it's not for the people?
Evo, like
Mm.
fact, it's fact, but my people be at Evo too. Like
Mm.
you know how
Mm.
black people are the like backbone
Yeah.
of fighting
We are-
games.
Oh,
It's like,
fighting? Yeah.
True.
you know,
Yo, did they
I-
know when Anime Expo is gonna be? Because it's also normally around that time too.
It's usually it's like at the start of July usually. It's on 4th of July. It's always on 4th of July.
oh, okay.
It ends on 4th
Mm.
of July.
Okay.
That's a good little. I
Or-
like that.
Yeah.
Step on
Consistency
America's
is key.
freedom. You don't need that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Beautiful. That was a good update.
Everybody, think of where you want to go and what you're going to do. Make those decisions.
Yeah, they're making.
Try to make it before September.
You want
Hey,
to go to
just know that they'll
mom's?
have fighting game competitions at DreamCon. So
They do.
Let me
True,
not.
they
Let me
do.
hush. Let me.
No,
hush.
no, say it. Say all your
I'm
tits.
not gonna say
Go
a
ahead,
word.
go
You
ahead.
already
I'm not gonna say a
us versus them.
word.
You might found the
Come on,
one
drop
word
the
to
bomb.
say.
I love DreamCon this year. That's all I'm gonna say. All right.
Okay.
So you got to pick moms, you got to pick dads, or you got to pick your weird aunts. All right, like that's your choices. All right. The weird aunt is San Diego Comic-Con. I'm gonna be real. All right.
Yeah.
So
There's 3 of them.
there's three of those though. So yeah,
three of 'em.
just
Yeah.
catch another.
Yeah.
Catch a. They're not
Yeah.
the same, no. But catch another. All right.
All right,
So-
for our first topic, okay.
Yeah. What do you got?
So Michael Orr, if people don't
Yeah.
know, he was the subject of The Blind Side, which is a movie that starred Sandra Bullock and that singer. I can't remember his name. Tim McGraw, right?
Sure.
And sure. And in the movie, it was supposedly based on real life, where they said that he was adopted.
Mm.
You know, he was a Black teen, and this white family adopted him. And then he came out last week, actually, and said that he filed legal documents because he found out this year that he was not adopted, but under a conservatorship. And a conservatorship is the same thing that happened to Britney.
Mhm.
If you guys remember the whole Britney fuss, like a couple years ago, where she was under a conservatorship by her father and she was trying to get out. So he recently filed court documents with Tennessee court requesting a termination of the conservatorship. And he alleged that Leanne Toohey and Sean Toohey lied about adopting him and tricked him into making them his conservators shortly after he turned 18.
Y'all ruined my day today. Oh my God.
Did you like that movie?
I watched it once. I liked the story, but I still didn't trust them folks. You know me. I was like, they know what they was doing. They knew what they were doing when they picked that little boy up. They sized him up literally, and they were like, put him on that team, make that boy work. And now look, can we free my people? Can we free them? Because this is a conservatorship.
It's wild.
I'm so mad for him. You should just be. I'm outraged right now. I'm actually really upset because now Sandra Bullock got to talk about it.
So
Yeah.
now that you mention that, there are some people calling for a recall of her Oscar that she made from the movie.
Yeah,
That's
that part's crazy.
well. Wait.
I don't
That's-
think
that's-
that's the
that's
same
crazy.
thing.
Wait.
I don't think
That's
that's the
defamation of
same
her still.
thing.
Can we
Yeah.
all agree in this call? That's kind of BS for her. I
No,
think
yeah,
she should
but-
speak about it, but that she was just doing her
She didn't.
job.
Exactly. Not too much on her. I
Not
like
too much
her.
on
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying,
Not too much on
But
Sandra.
I
let,
think
let
like
her
after the
chill. That
Blind
was so
Side,
long ago,
she adopted a black child after the Blind Side, I believe.
and
Sandra
it
did?
inspired her.
Yeah.
Well, I have my
Yeah,
yeah.
that doesn't make me feel better. But
Doesn't make me feel good.
That wasn't a plus one. All right, I'll take that back.
No,
So let's do
no.
that.
That,
I'm
that
happy
baby
for
is
that
rich
child.
though. He's rich.
Oh yeah,
now.
I'm happy for that
There
child.
we
for
go.
sure.
no, great. But
For 1,000.
it's like,
Stop
oh,
doing that.
I've mended my way. Okay, cool. You
But
know?
okay, so imagine this. I want to say this. So let's say, because I don't know the reason why she was like, "Hey, let me adopt a black child." But let's say she was like, "Okay, this movie inspired me to adopt a black child, just like in this role I took, only to find out it's a lie."
That's beautiful. But I want you to highlight Denham's comment because
Oh,
What is?
I'm so toxic.
Let me see.
No, not that
What
one.
is it?
The one right before that one.
Oh.
And don't turn around.
We all were. We all were.
Don't turn around. Where you going?
We all were.
Where you going? Come back because that is the truth of this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yes.
But you know,
that's a good one, Denim.
Chelsea.
That's a good one.
It was.
Chelsea,
That
do
is a
you
good
feel
one.
good
Proud of
about that right now? Do you
What
feel
do
good
you
about
feel?
that? Do you feel good about
Should I feel
highlighting
good
that?
about it?
Yeah.
We were blindsided. We all were.
I'm gonna hate myself.
That was
after
a good one.
You-
You're right.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed that one.
Denim,
I
you
wonder
did
how-
great.
I wonder
Chelsea,
how
I want you
Sandra
to think
Bullock's-
about your decision.
What were you gonna say, Justin?
I just wonder how Sandra Bullock's child
How does she
feels
feel about all
finding this
this?
out. I wonder how the child feels
How
as
does
an
Oh,
the child
adult,
feel, though?
knowing that this movie may have inspired him to be adopted or her to be adopted.
That is such a
Mm.
beautiful
Yeah.
perspective, Justin. I have to say, that is the turmoil that must be in Miss Bullock's home right now. Now she has to explain this to
Also,
her
her
adopted
husband-
black child.
Her husband just passed away.
Oh,
Are you
wait.
serious?
Sandra?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh no.
Let me fact check this.
Oh, no.
But
Yeah, fact check.
people-
Let us know.
people on Twitter were coming for her, and yeah,
This is
her-
the worst
yeah,
time this could
her
happen
partner
for
passed.
her. I'm
And
so
people were like,
sorry.
she needs to speak on it ASAP. And other people are like, her husband just passed away. Like,
Okay,
what-
I will say this. She wasn't
right,
the
Denim.
people who have to truly speak, who have to speak on it, the writer of the movie, the family, and the director. An actor showing up to their job, I feel like it's kind of like if let's say, because I worked at Walmart, right? And if Walmart was under fire, it would be the equivalent of them coming to me in electronics and being like, "Hey, so we need you to speak on this matter too."
Well,
When you showed up.
you would have to be on the commercial for that product. You're the face of that. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like that's the difference. Everybody sees you when
Mhm.
we talk about this subject. And Sandra was a
Yeah.
leading actress in
As
this
someone
movie.
who like works at Rooster Teeth and there's again ups and downs,
The
it's
stuff,
often
yeah.
said that like it's not like it's Google, right? Google has no faces of Google. It's just Google. So Google can make
Mhm.
whatever statement they want. It's when you have faces, unfortunately, that they're the ones that are representative of this company. They're the ones that people are expecting to see when things like this happen. And it's not fair to us because we're just here being on camera, we're just here doing that job.
Mhm.
And even to the point of like, because I know you said, I think the director has something to say. As someone who just knows how TV and film works, typically the way it works is someone writes something, it's bought by, say, like a big studio, like say Warner Brothers or Paramount, and then they assign a director to it. So the director might have been assigned onto it beforehand, afterhand, and not even knowing the backstory of it, just knowing this as a piece itself, as a written copy, is something that is beautiful, and I want to bring it to life.
Bet. Still don't solve my man's problem though. They were
Yeah.
wrong.
His
They
beef
were
is with his
wrong.
parents. His beef is absolutely with his parents.
They
Yeah.
said,
most
they
definitely.
said, let me capitalize off of Mr. Ower for the rest
And you know
of
what I
his
just realized too? If
Yeah.
he's under the conservatorship, is he getting those royalties that
Exactly.
he's supposed to be
So,
getting? Or is
okay,
he going to
so-
the
They
family?
control
So really
his
quick-
estate. Yeah.
Really quick,
Yeah.
he had written in the book that
I read the darn article.
it was documented that the Tuohys made millions off of his name, and he never received a dime after the film.
That's crazy.
He wrote a book, and the book is I think was it based off of a book and the film was about the book centered around his situation.
I can't even hear you right now. I just want to fight. Yeah, I think
So
so.
I will say
Yeah.
that they have responded. They've responded to the accusations. They are calling his claims insulting. But what if there is no? So yes, it was a book written by Michael Lewis about Michael Oher, and they made the movie. The sad thing is, mind you, the fact that there's this conservatorship and he says he's made no money from the movies. But like, if he filed something, would it be able to be filed? So I need somebody who knows more about court documents, because I know that they have to evaluate, right? So if you file for a dissolution of a conservatorship, if there is no conservatorship,
well, they
can
wouldn't
it
have allowed you
still?
to file. Like
That's my thing. Would they?
I'm assuming that there's no way that these legal documents that they're saying that have been filed would have been submitted, processed if there was no conservatorship to be had, because I'm sure somebody who doesn't want to do extra paperwork would have been like, oh yeah, just submit it, we'll just pass it on to the next person, blah blah blah, and it's just causing a backup. No, they'd be like, I don't see an item number, I don't see any of this, I'm not submitting this. So no, I am well more inclined to believe this man has been in modern slavery his whole life, essentially, and being taken advantage of by two white people who it's just so irritating. Like, you see this literal like power structure, how they've preyed upon this person, use them for their literal physical ability to farm them money, not just on the field, but in media, in books, and literally cut their legs off so they cannot even reap the benefits of their own hard work. And I hope we don't just let this die. I will be on this story for the rest of the year, all the way up to his resolution, because the way I need them to learn from their horrible choices and mistakes. Because I wanted to say something else.
Yes.
Thank you, Justin. You're wonderful. No,
I think it sucks. And I feel like if there's a situation with the conservatorship, I think, and this kind of, because when I watched the Britney thing, because it was on Netflix, I believe, right? Where she had talked about her conservatorship and the things that she was going through. And I'm like, the fact that you're able to do something like that and take control over somebody, I feel like they should be involved in the process. Because a conservatorship is essentially like you said, kind of like in this case, we look at it as slavery. In when it came to Britney, it was more so like, oh, it was out of her concern, it was out of concern for her and her ability to be able to make her own decisions. But if you're doing it over somebody, that person should be included. So the fact that he was tricked into it, I do want to know more about that tricked. Like, how was this approached? Did they tell you it was a conservatorship and you signed on, but you thought that it was going to be okay? Or did they tell you, hey, this is an adoption paper, he signed it, and it's like, joke's on you, now we get all your money, like.
Have y'all all seen The Blind Side? Has everybody here seen it?
I've seen it. I've seen it.
So just Kai, you'll watch. So did y'all feel?
Why would I?
I know. I mean, I was younger. I was still I had Texas.
I like Sandra.
Yeah, I did love Sandra.
I don't like football, so I was never watching it.
Oh, I love football. Okay. Well, despite all that, when y'all watched it, like when you finally sat back and kind of peeled it back, when you thought about it and tumbled it in your head, it really felt like they were really trying to make it seem super, super like apathetic and make the white family look really good. Like they were really just doing this out of the kindness of their heart. It was almost overselling it. After I sat back and watched it the first time, I was like, this makes me feel uncomfortable a little bit. Like, and they even slightly addressed it at the end of the movie. They were like, they had that. So Kai, I'm guessing you don't care about spoilers, right?
It's been how many years?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just asking. I'm just being polite,
I appreciate it.
Thank you. So they had, right? Like, how dare you, Chelsea? But yeah. So at the end of the movie, they have the lawyer talk to him, to the boy. I keep forgetting his darn name. Unfortunately, Michael. They have him talk to Michael at the end of the movie, and they're like, "Hey, we just want to be clear. You have these two white parents who have adopted you from what it seems like your size, and they want to use you to have a
Oh yeah, he does
successful.
say it.
Yeah, they literally address it in the movie, and that even gave me like a flag because I was like, oh, okay, so the parents, they've literally experienced this, and they're using this movie to kind of be like, no,
To
Michael loves
thwart.
them. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
he loves his parents so much, and they'd never do that to him. Like it's like you can see the posturing in the movie. And I know I just like put all my opinion out there, but did y'all feel like that? Like Justin, did you feel any of that?
I mean,
Or what was your
that
take?
I watched that movie so long ago. I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie to you.
it's just like
Yeah, it's
Same.
like buried in the
say
back of my mind.
Mm.
maybe I chronically watch stuff and I just don't forget it. You know, like it just be
Power
it's
to you.
buried in my soul. You know, but no, I
Mhm.
hear
Yeah.
you. Like I watched it, I was like, "Ugh, yeah,
I did
it's
feel like
disgusting. I'm
it
gonna keep up with
Yeah.
lingered.
it.
I will say
It
it
did.
lingered, right? Like it was for me when I watched it, because I mean I love Sandra, right?
Sandra
And
lingered.
then
She did.
I love Sandra, but like the fact that you have this like lingering feeling, and even when you're watching it, the kind of like whenever you see a moment where it seems like a heart to heart moment, it's like, was it like that? You know, like was it exactly
Mhm.
like that? Is that how it
Yeah.
was? You know, where's the cinematic and where's the reality? Because you know a lot of these times when they make these movies, it's not to the T exactly how it was in real life. They take creative you know, was it freedoms? They take creative freedoms with how they execute the movie or the role or what have you. And so I did wonder, like, okay, where's reality and where's like the movie, you know?
Mm.
And then of course it didn't sit right with me 100%, the fact that this family was but it was like, okay, what would you rather him be out on the streets? Is how I felt, like the thing, kind of like my inner turmoil. Like, I'm not going to have this guy suffer because I feel like a white family shouldn't have, you know, adopted him, in the fact that they may take, you know, they may use him and things like that. And it's like, it's a weird place to be in. It's a weird place to be in because him being adopted afforded him better opportunities than, or well, okay, I'm going to use this. Adopted afforded him better opportunities than life prior, but then now we learn that there's a conservatorship, and it's like this, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to be my closing statement on that. Because ultimately, yeah, you can have parents that push their kids, and I mean kids, like kids that they are responsible for, do not have, like, they're not suffering because of the choices you made for them. You care for them. You do what a parent is supposed to do. You can have your kids work hard and then cry in a Lambo later, like that girl said. Like, easy, sure. Like, yeah, we didn't have it easy. It was hard struggle, but you reap the benefits later. Here, you have someone who was in the system because Michael, as they said, his mother was under several substances and they had been picked up by the system several times. And it's just another classic story of people taking advantage of kids who are unfortunate, have nowhere to go, no agency, and they can't defend themselves. I said that 4 different ways just so y'all can understand it. And they tried to paint it like they were any better, and it was absolute fact. They pulled the wool over people's eyes. They tried to take even more advantage. I'm glad that he has the agency now to at least start to get maybe some back pay from that. But that's where I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna keep up with the story. I might go riot somewhere. I don't know, but I'm gonna
Can hold on,
figure it
really?
out.
Can he get back pay on all that money after the
It depends
conservatorship?
on the lawyers. It depends on the
Okay.
judge. You know how it is. It just depends on public sentiment. Sometimes judges don't like that people are looking at it and they get irritated, or they're like, "Oh, I need to pay more attention to this and really give it its due." It depends on the person. It's ugh. But yeah, if they can eke out whatever they can eke out, because like, who's letting a teenager sign a conservatorship, or put it like, he obviously didn't know. A conservatorship is literally for people who they don't trust you to handle your affairs.
Own decisions, yeah.
So like obviously it was unknown or it was against their will. It wasn't voluntary. So I don't know. We'll see. You got to talk to Britney Spears and everybody else about this conversation. Oh, and Lindsay. Yeah, all them. Oh my God. Okay.
Who? Lindsay Lohan? She had one too?
Yeah, I'm pretty. No. Was it who did the Amanda show? Amanda Bynes. My bad.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Amanda Bynes.
Oh,
She had
I
one.
didn't know they had her on one.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Amanda was wilding a little bit though.
There was a moment she was. There
She
was a moment she
was.
was. But it happens to a lot of child stars, and there's actually been more information on the like the things that the mental like journey that some child stars take, and how for some they seem to be okay, but others it can, come out in different ways.
Denim is on fire today. Okay,
What
I'm
did he
gonna move
say?
on.
No. Oh,
Yeah, I'm
he
not
say?
gonna say it no more. I'm gonna be good. I'm
Cut
gonna
it,
be
cut it.
good.
What did he say? What did he say?
Right.
All right.
What's that
Next
next
up,
one? What we got?
So as you guys know, Paramount. Well, put the thing back up. There you go. Paramount was in a deal with selling BET. Right now, they've scrapped the $3 billion auction of BET as Tyler Perry's offer comes in low. So this was like months ago that they were mentioning that it was on sale, and everybody heard that Tyler was in the running to buy it and whatnot. What are your thoughts on it? Because they're saying that they wanted to be $3 billion, and they're saying that it hit a roadblock after Tyler Perry refused to raise his $2 billion bid to meet their asking price for $3 billion, because it's BET Plus, and VH1 that would be under this deal. Why are we scrapping $1 billion deal? Like he's offering 2, y'all wanted 3. It's $1 billion difference. What are your guys' thoughts? Like,
It's $1 billion.
I think it's anti-black.
There you go.
Because he could have done something with it. Right now, BT's sitting. You know what I mean? Like, we could have some new shows on there. People say what they want about Tyler Perry, but I don't know. Some of his stuff is gas. It's gas. We could have had some good dramatic shows on there. Lost opportunity.
I agree. I may have my qualms with Tyler, but yeah, nobody would do another with BT anyway. He would have made it better. Period. I don't have $1 billion, so I can't comment on the money part. I'm just saying like that.
That's it. We're splitting hairs. We're splitting hairs here. And like you said, on a property that was sitting. Justin, what were you gonna say?
Oh, same thing they just said. It's $1 billion. I don't know what it's like to have 1, 2, or 3. So I don't know what it's like to be so stingy, in which I'm not willing to take a $2 billion deal over $3 billion that I've asked for. So I don't know who else is willing to buy BET and actually do something with it. I think most other people would probably just buy it and let it sit and collect dust as it has been doing. So, I don't know what's been on BET within the last 5 years.
And that's the problem.
Yeah,
they need to work on that. Ooh, what's next?
That's true. Well, Kai, what about you? What do you?
So my thoughts are weird because I actually used to work. Well, I didn't work for BET, but I used to work for TV1. So BET was like one of our biggest competitors. So I know a lot of information about it. It's weird because everyone says the issues with BET started when they were no longer Black owned, when they sold to Viacom. But if you really think about it, TV1 is still Black owned. People aren't watching TV1 either. So it's a situation less of who owns it. I think just who's creating the content. Because unfortunately, everyone that's creating content, they're trying to sell it for money, and that money comes from Hulu and Netflix. No one's selling to Black owned businesses anymore, unfortunately. And that's honestly the truth.
I'll sell y'all
heard
something.
it here. Yeah. Sell me something. I'll sell something too.
I gotta write it first.
Write it.
Man, me too.
I have ideas. And if y'all just looking for somebody to pass them out and we can work on a royalty thing, I'm about it.
I'm saying,
Absolutely.
I don't even need a budget. I'll make it work.
That part. Yes.
And I think that's the beauty of what we do. And I like, I'm going to say this now, but it's going to tie into later when we talk about the whole movie talk conversation and whatnot. But the beauty of what we do is I feel like a lot of the people that create on YouTube and a lot of people that find success on YouTube are people who a lot of the times, like Hollywood would gatekeep and keep you out, right? And your mindset is, I'm gonna make my own way, I'm gonna make my own path. And that is what you guys have done. And I think that's the beauty of what creators and content creators and influencers can do, and making their own path. And especially like, Justin, like the productions that you've been a part of, and like with what King Vader has been doing with Irving and the stuff that he's been doing, like, and Pierre, like seeing these productions with effects and you know, like a great stoic sound, editing, and all that stuff, and you guys made that with no billions, you know.
Not 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
Not 1, 2,
People
or
just don't want to work anymore.
Yeah.
Just don't like hard work.
Stop, Kim.
That's
Okay, Kim.
hilarious. That's
No, but I
hilarious.
wanna say one more thing. It's because like
Mhm.
Tyler Perry buys BT. Cool. Does that mean y'all are gonna start watching network cable? No.
No,
But
but
they
there's
need
BET
they-
Plus.
okay. So there's BET Plus. Who here owns BET Plus?
There ain't nothing on it.
I promise you there is, because I actually know that one of my friends made a film recently last year and has been on BET Plus for 6 months. He sold it to BET Plus.
So then I put that on. So if Paramount owned it and they have these products on there, I haven't seen a lot of marketing for BET Plus. And that's another thing when you think when it comes to like these bigger companies, because like Disney was under fire recently about that whole what was it that interns put the proper name in the chat for me because I forgot the exact pronunciation, but I think it was Kazumi. Like it was like an African set of animations that they made, that they hired studios, and it was Africans that made like African animations and all these things. Disney didn't market it on their Twitter, their public Twitter. They didn't post anything about it the day it released. There was nothing. And then they let it to like their smaller Twitters to be the marketers for it. And we see that time and time again where they may give us an opportunity. We're like, hey, yeah, go ahead and do what you got to do. But they don't want to put the money behind the marketing, which would then increase the possibility for success, and therefore creating an opportunity for it to be less known and stay at a lesser known place. And I feel like that's kind of the same place that BET Plus has been in. I think the last show I watched on it was The Game, and that was done a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I used to see commercials for The Game on TV, like all them UPN shows that they had taken. I used to see commercials for. I don't see commercials for none of them things. I don't see any commercials for anything that's on there except for one of Tyler's shows, the one about the president and the wife. You know, that like I've seen like that, but
Scandal
that's again
2.
a marketing thing. What'd you say?
Scandal 2.
Yes, Scandal half, because that show.
I know a sister show, Sisters, but I forget what the Oval. It's called the Oval. The Oval.
Okay. Yes. So it's like, you know, I feel like marketing is a big thing, and you have these big companies that are like, hey, they don't believe, they still that propagated Hollywood mindset that Black people cannot provide seats or get butts in seats for productions. And they're like, hey, we bought it, but they're not marketing it. And I feel like with Tyler, he's going to put the money behind it to market it. He's going to put, even with his 2 billion versus that 3 billion. Okay. He's got the 1, 2, and the 3. And if he was like, hey, I'm going to market it and put it out there, we would know more about it. I think it would be more successful.
Yeah. Well, I have my issues with billionaires. I don't think I understand what you're saying, Kai, about like, yeah, even if Tyler buys this, is this really going to change anything? I mean, it would be like how we invested in Microsoft with this Game Pass over time as more content comes on, hopefully with some exclusive Black productions that are amazing as they always are behind a paywall that would bring BET back into the fold. But I think they probably, I mean, my suspicion, it was just something disrespectful that happened in the deal. And Tyler Perry with his 2+ billions he's just too rich to get disrespected. That's just what I'm saying from here. But that's my only take on it. Yep. If y'all got opinions, let me know. I don't know how else this shakes down. Are we just
I don't know if
see?
they have other, because they paused the auction, so I'm guessing he was the only buyer. Like it wasn't like there are other buyers.
People been wanting BT to go. I'm sure them white folk been wanting BT to go down forever.
Because here's my thought process: is like,
yeah,
in terms of TV shows, in terms of Black, not even Black owned, but just like Black facing TV shows, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys watching anything that's not syndicated?
When you say the word syndicated,
So
I feel so uneducated. Can you help me?
Sense? So it's like 5 seasons and it's
syndicated means essentially any show that's like reruns. So Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Martin.
Yeah.
Girlfriends, like
half and half.
Are you half and half? Are you watching any shows that are not exactly? Everything currently on BET besides Tyler Perry's like Little Days is syndicated content.
Yeah. I understand. I mean, I try to branch out as much as I can, but between like the Netflix and the Hulus and all the other stuff and having to keep up with the latest thing,
But then there's opportunity for more,
But then we, like, I want to support everything. Like, even we talked about the blackening. And I mean, I watched it, I supported, that was a vibe. I had my opinions because Juneteenth, I'm like, really? Right around Juneteenth? But it was still a funny, entertaining film. So, you do what you can to reach out and support. But
because I'm even
you're
thinking of
absolutely
like
right.
in terms of movies, right? Like Into
Yeah.
the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh,
Did
of course.
freaking tastic.
Everything
But we
Jordan
have to
Peele
acknowledge
does
that is a
on top of that.
superhero movie, right? So then I think of another one, The Little Mermaid. Again, not black rated, but black facing. And that did not That did not do well.
I got the bottles though. Hold on. I'm gonna go get my bottles.
Bottles? What?
What
bottles?
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Yeah, none of us do. We're about to find out.
I was trying to make a serious point and now she's getting some bottles. So
She got excited.
Hold on, I want to see box office numbers for Little Mermaid. It grossed 567 worldwide million.
Look at my girl.
And everyone's saying that's like,
look at my girl. So right? Come on, Carol's daughter. Okay, yeah. It's from Brooklyn.
Oh, dope.
Let's go. Yeah, no, I understand.
So right now it's the seventh. Because it's the seventh highest grossing readaptation to date. As far as grossing, and it's the second most expensive. So the budget was 250 million. So whoever is saying it didn't do well,
when they say the budget is 250, you gotta to be liberal, you gotta double it. Cause then you gotta deal with marketing. There's all that outside stuff that you have to pay that's not just in the internal production.
They count that for they do say the production is 250, but the grossing was 560 or 560 million.
Yeah, so I would say if you, and doubling is liberal, I feel, because you don't really know how much it costs for everything. But if we were going to the full 500, it could have done better. And I'm not putting that on the production period. I think it was a wonderful movie.
It was amazing, but
it was excellent.
It's more to my point again, and I forget who said it. I think it was a streamer that said it, where someone said they wish that everyone supported The Little Mermaid the way they supported Cross the Spider-Verse or Black Panther, because everyone will go out to support the Black man featured film, but not the Black woman featured film. And I get that it's a whole thing of this is a Disney princess film for kids. It's not for me. You think I was into superheroes until I saw a Black superhero? I made myself invested in that.
Spider-Man is just like it. I agree. Spider-Man is still very much to some people childlike, period. Comics are still childlike, just like Barbies and everything. I 100% agree. I think I'll give Spider-Man that edge because they were able to tap into a much more popular demographic, which is male based. They were able to just launch into the stratosphere and make it seem not so childlike, like something that you actually wanted to see, even though Little Mermaid could have easily been on that same level if people had just embraced it as it's a beautiful story about a Black mermaid. I'm just saying. But yeah, I agree. It's sentiment, and unfortunately we can't change that. You just have to keep putting my perspective on all of this across every single platform. And I'm looking into everybody's eyes here right now because I want you to know this about me seriously.
Toasty was like,
we changed the narrative. I'm sorry. We changed the narrative of platforms by pushing the media that people need to see. So I think still to this day, while Twitch will push off, or any platform like YouTube, even up to movies, they'll push off the onus on you building as a creator or building this production as a director and saying, oh, well, the audience is just going to like what the audience likes. Where when we could keep feeding them that, you really do need to shove that content in their face so it becomes a common thing. The only way you change sentiment is by making it more normal. Because if we just keep pushing the same thing, every time we bring it back up, it's going to be a new thing. It's going to be, oh, why is this here again? What is, it's going to be weird because we're not pushing that stuff already. So with Twitch, we need to be pushing more people that don't look like the XQCs, that don't look like the Pokemanes, all of that. We need to shake it up. Period.
That's what representation equals normalization.
Exactly. Yeah. Period.
Mhm.
You already know the answer. So yeah, I think The Little Mermaid did great despite the BS it had to deal with. And
Mhm.
I just can't wait for it to keep doing better.
All right, next topic. Oh, well, before we jump to the next topic, Toasty, Justin, Kai, any last words on that?
Oh, I
Support
just want to,
Black
because I
media.
realized, yeah, watch Black media. The only reason I brought up The Little Mermaid was to bring up the fact of
Yeah.
like, if we can't even watch like the big names like
Yeah.
consistently,
Imagine.
and like if BT comes back, like, do I believe we'll all come together for that? I think it would take something massive for us to do that.
If there was like a younger version of like Insecure, like a Degrassi for Black people, I would eat it up. I
Hello.
would
You know,
watch
that's
it.
one thing that people say is that there's
Hello.
no TV shows for like the college students. Like they have
There's
high
not.
school and they have like
If y'all have,
30s,
like
but they
Dear
never
Black
have
People,
like
that was as close as
Oh,
we
dear
got.
white people.
Dear white people. Oh my
Dear
White
white
God.
people, yeah.
I don't like saying
imagine,
dear
what,
white people.
imagine dear Black people.
Oh my God.
I know, right? Yikes.
I think
I'm
that's
so
life.
sorry.
Dear Black people's life.
That's every day, actually. Let me
Yeah.
chill.
That being
We
on
live that.
that being on BET would be a violation.
It was.
Dear white people wasn't bad. It was too much. Let me just
It
let me
was.
just have some Black people having fun. You know,
That
Yeah,
part.
that
vibing.
part.
Mhm.
Ooh, did
Yeah,
y'all
I
see
do
that
feel like-
intergalactic one? Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm looking
Oh,
at it.
okay. I didn't finish it yet. I'm like 40 minutes in. I gotta finish it. But I freaking so I
So
yes, I
good.
want more Black romance. I want the Black I want the Black teenage experience that has the what is it, yearning, you know, where they're like
Yes.
they have like the crushes and it's just like sweet and endearing. Like they don't have to do the whole struggle thing. We know what life is hard. You know that's what we used to have those movies. The Wood, like a movie like The Wood, but now would be great, or a show like The Wood, where it was just like teenagers, just like a summer teenage romance movie. And The Wood is such a great movie. Okay, it's not about the Black struggle and the Black, we slavery and they hate us. We get it. It was just about kids in the summer who guys trying to get with girls, and then the girls that had crushed and that are playing it. It was just cute. I want some more stuff like that. Okay.
Can I ask everybody? And I'm gonna start with you, Justin,
Oh,
because I'm
God.
picking on y'all because
Nice.
we going in order.
He's
Let me get
ready. He's getting ready.
Yeah,
Most
let me, yeah.
movies, you can tell when like a white person writes about like, okay, well, there clearly has to be friction between the only Black person in the room and everyone else. So we have to put the line in there. That one line that says, well, as a Black man in this environment, I've had to struggle. And they've been doing that more awkwardly, more and more recently. And it irks me. It irks me so
They've been
much.
doing this since the Cosby Show. I don't feel like they got any better since then.
They don't improve. And it's just starting to, it's like bees in my head, right? I don't know if y'all have seen, they did it recently in one of the films I watched this weekend. Whether y'all pick up on that or not, that's y'all. But I'm just so tired of it. I don't know.
Oh, in the
Yep, that thing. Yep, in that thing. I don't want to
Okay,
throw people off. I don't want to throw nothing on
Wait,
those
what
people.
film?
okay.
What film?
Yeah,
I'll tell you later. Okay, y'all want to? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Curious.
Yeah, I'm saying that was just on my
That's the
mind.
one. That's the one. Now they just want. They're not going to think of anything else the rest of today.
It's on the last voyage of the Demeter.
I think there's only one, right? There's one Black man in that. There's only one Black man on the ship.
Only one. So you know where that goes. But yeah, oh God, I just feel like it's always a struggle for Black people to make any sort of production, to be represented in production, to do anything anywhere at any time. It's great.
I want to talk about this really quick.
Yeah.
There was a Black reality show, 20-somethings. It was called The Sweet Life. It was Issa Rae Productions, and it was a bunch of 20-something Black people on. It was on HBO, and they were just entrepreneurs, just living life. They have relationships, trying to get with girls, talking to guys, talking to whomever, and they were like on vacations, doing friend vacations. It was just like if you ever watched The Hills or Laguna Beach or anything like that, but a Black version, and it was great. And they freaking canceled that ish. F you, Zaslav. All right, so I just had to say that because I'm very upset. I freaking loved Sweet Life. It was just because I loved The Hills. I was in high school with Laguna Beach came out. I was like, oh my goodness, Laura. That was my vibe. and there was a black version of it. It was everything to me. But yeah.
One day
Next
things will
topic.
be better.
One day we can make it better when we get before we get our 1, 2s, and 3s. I'm a speak that on all of us. Okay, we're gonna get our 1,
call me
2,
up.
3. Okay, we will. And you know what? When we do that, we'll be able to evade times because them people they know how to evade them times. Okay,
I'll
all right.
get the plan ready. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll be ready, y'all.
This is a plan. I am down, Chelsea. I'm so serious. All right. Next up, Elon Musk.
Oh my God.
Oh man, what an image.
Disgusting. So
Oh
accurate.
my God.
So accurate.
Is that
Look
a
at
filter?
Musty right there.
Is that a filter?
That's a
Please
grin.
tell me.
That is hilarious.
Oh, Jesus
So
Christ.
Destiny, our intern, she makes our graphics, and she chose quite a picture. Okay, I didn't see that one until
That's how I imagine him, though.
Can we go back just for a second?
Yes.
I just want to soak it all in, like what we're looking at here.
He's like a wannabe Lex Luthor. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, he's actually a world-class supervillain at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to apply for the agency for sure.
Yeah.
So
This is the man that's
he's,
fighting Zuck.
and it's like, which one do you want to be beside? And I'm choosing. What else is out there?
Oh, like either them.
What are my other
No.
options?
Right? Can I?
Oh my
Between them
God.
two, who else is out there? But yeah, a couple of things. So he announced that he is planning to delete the block button off of Twitter. He, and I quote, feels that it is a doesn't have a reason. He said, "Is there ever a reason to block versus mute someone?" And his response is the block. Someone had said that, right? They said, "Give your reasons," and he had replied and said, "Block is going to be deleted as a feature." He doesn't feel that. Yeah, he doesn't, except for DMs. That's where he said you could block people. You'll be able to block people in your DMs. But he is planning to remove the block button from Twitter. The article we're reading is from TechCrunch, and I'm trying to make sure okay, on the help page, it says Twitter gives people a variety of tools to control their experience, including blocking. Blocking helps people in restricting specific accounts from contacting them, seeing their tweets, and following them. If you have been blocked by another account on Twitter, you can still block other accounts, including any that have blocked you. But with it being removed, you can only block people from your DMs now. But mute will still remain. So my question to you guys is, first question is, what are your thoughts on the block button being removed? And then the second part of that is, how do you foresee that affecting your use of either your desire to use Twitter continually, or the stress look I see on everybody's faces, the possible continued use, or you're deciding departure? Like, is this the nail in the coffin for you? So Toasty, we'll start with you. And then Justin we'll wrap back up.
I mean, for me, we joke every time a new feature comes out. Oh, I'm leaving Twitter. Go follow me on Instagram. I use it for a little bit of engagement on my other platforms all the time. I'm like, go follow me on Instagram, but I'm not actually leaving most times. No, if he gets rid of the block button, like, I'm gone, because there's no way. Twitter is like, the people who really inhabit Twitter are some of the most unbearable people. So if I cannot block the right people, some people are great, but a lot of people go on Twitter just to spread negativity, just to get in fights with people. Like, those kind of people, I need to be able to block you, because they take everything way too serious. I can't with those people. So yeah, I'll be out.
Justin?
Twitter is a place in which war crimes are committed on the internet, and I just don't think that I don't think that removing the block button is a smart business decision for the safety of the general public. So,
I don't disagree.
I barely use Twitter in the first place already, but I do go on there for occasional chaos. But this is beyond this is beyond even my comprehension of chaos. So we'll see. I might be on Threads.
Some stuff I need to know about. I gotta read this. War crimes, man.
Yeah,
Man.
Not the glasses, the green glasses.
I mean, I gotta see it clearly because
You can see clearly now.
the rain ain't gone though. Okay, nah. My final notes on this whole Elon BS. Ever since this man put his little sausage fingers on this platform and squeezed the life out of it, and started saying that removing features is like adding features when that's not what a feature is. Outed all of us subscribe those blue users who were just hanging out, just using the bookmarks. We were just vibing, just to improve the video quality on my and everything. It was just a vibe. $2.99. It was easy. And then he came around and just, it's like you can just tell it's for fun. This is a joke to him. This is just, I bought something and it's my toy now. And that's it. I don't think he cares about the whole business side of it. He doesn't care when people say you're a bad This is his toy. This man blew all this money just to be like, look what I can do to your favorite platform, because that's what these white spoon-fed billionaires who waste space do. And I can't wait to see this fight. I hope one of them just rolls their ankle real bad and they both fall on the mat. And that's the end of it.
It might be Elon because Zuckerberg's been working out. He ain't rolling no
Exactly.
ankle.
He kind of buff right now.
He buffed up.
I'm not
So,
gonna lie. Yeah.
So Elon, pull up the picture of Elon again. Pull up the picture of Elon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He looks
that's
like
an
that.
ankle roller. That's an ankle roller right there.
If he looks like that on the fight card, yeah, that's game.
On the card.
He's an ankle roller.
Yeah.
Them odds gonna be ridiculous. I swear to God.
Look, I want to be physically at that fight. I want to be there. And I'm definitely betting money.
Save a seat. I want to be there too.
I got you.
Kai, we're gonna go to you, but before we do, really quick, I want to shout out the super chat. Lang. Shout out to Tat How. Respectfully, Twitter is like YouTube comments on crack. And it's very true, because at least the comments, you could watch the video of a YouTube and not see the comments. Twitter, it could be right there. They can at you and everything. So shout out to you, Tat. We really appreciate it. Kai, your thoughts?
Oh me, oh my. My thoughts are kind of all over the place. Like, similar to what Toasty was saying, is like, everyone says this is their final call. I don't know if it can be, honestly. My biggest following is currently on Twitter. That's where I got started. Like, not where I got started, but that's where all my traction originally was. And sure, it's not the same algorithm wise now, but for someone like me who has not fully figured out TikTok, has not fully figured out Instagram, where you need visual assets to push your content. Like Twitter, I could just say my thoughts. I could just be creative with my words. And as someone who constantly has insecurities and anxieties and doesn't always like how I look, like, it's really stressful. Like, even when I go on Twitch, I've been going live without posting that I'm live more because I'm scared that I gotta take the photo to go with it. So it's honestly really freaking upsetting to know that it's going downhill. And it's even more upsetting to know that I don't know if I can leave it when it does go downhill.
Let me introduce y'all to this platform that everyone should have downloaded on their phone if they're a creator. LinkedIn. Do you have a LinkedIn, everybody? I know you do.
I'm on LinkedIn.
Excellent. If you don't have it now, this is not in any way to call out anybody on this call. This is just me inserting useful information that you should have. If you are a professional, you should have a LinkedIn. So you don't have to, use these social platforms to keep boosting yourself and getting those jobs and whatnot. It does take time. It does take work. I don't post on Twitter much when I'm going live either, because now I work to feed my stream, and it just is what it is. They get to reap when I am able to stream now, and they get me when they get me, but at least I'm still getting paid. So yeah, I know it sounds old.
You make you're coming back like the phoenix, like I rise from the ashes.
I rise again. I'm rising from
the glorious flames.
Yeah, because that's how it is. But yeah, I feel you. I understand. It's disgusting. I hate it. Twitter was my favorite platform just because of how messy it was. I liked the BS that I'm toxic. So I love to argue. I love to be ridiculous. Can you migrate to I am on Threads.
So let's talk about Threads though. If I go on Threads, it's not people I follow. It's the same thing
Yeah.
as scrolling through Instagram, which is all
Right.
sponsored and ads and push stuff. Well, at least that's fine, right? Because I could giggle. I don't care about thoughts of people I don't follow. Like, I really don't.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't either. It's just nothing's gonna fill that void for a while.
So
Period.
really quick, on Threads, you can't have it be just people you follow. It's like everyone.
It's Facebook.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
Facebook
really
gonna do
use.
whatever they want to do, and they don't
Yeah,
want
they
you to
don't.
see your friends. They want you to see these ads.
Oh,
They
wow.
want you to.
That's what it
I
is.
like. I
Those
keep
those
forgetting
first 4
about
days
Threads.
of Threads were amazing, though. I
They
will say.
were. They
The first 4
were.
days, they was bumping.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Was.
"Ooh, I see y'all. Okay, we
Yeah.
funny again." And then boom, I was like, "All right, this is
all
a
it
fun
took.
little
Oh,
party."
really?
Yeah.
I
They
keep
had it the
forgetting
first
about
week.
Threads. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
Because
lie.
it's not memorable. Because Zuckerberg was just making a statement. It wasn't even.
He made this. He made the sausage finger man. I'm gonna keep that
Yeah.
sausage finger man mad, and now he's taking away our block button. For me, like,
It's crazy.
I this is the aspect of showing your privilege, right? The thought process that you think that the block button isn't necessary, right? Which is nonsense
Who he
because
trying to find?
that like. Yeah, somebody must have blocked him up, but he
Right.
can't slide in them
No,
DMs because the
I
block
honestly-
button
I
on them
think-
Looking
DMs.
for.
I think
No.
the reason that he did it is because people are blocking the check marks because the check marks have their own ad incentives to like say controversial things. So people are blocking that from coming up on a thing. So he's
Mhm.
not making money because people are blocking the people that are making money on his platform.
It actually does say that in this article as well, that there was a lot of backlash because a lot of people were blocking the X Blue. Every time I have to say that letter, I just want to vomit. Twitter
Yeah.
premium content accounts. It like you change the. It's been a mess. Twitter has been a mess. Okay. And at first I was like, what is he going to do? What is he going to do? I didn't ask him,
doesn't
I didn't try to put that in the universe, but he's like, I'm going to answer you anyways, Christine. And like with him changing, like you put money into changing the marketing, you didn't pay the bill. So now there's that whole weird, how many things you can see a day, that whole thing that
Yeah.
exists
That
now.
was dumb. I
Like
forgot about that.
you have tweet limits on what you can see and what you can
Because
tweet
they
now.
can't afford the bills.
Right, because they didn't pay the bills. And then he paid all this money. You should have saved the money from changing the name to pay the bills so people could tweet like they normally wanted to. But, I'm not going to tell you how to run your business. But the fact that the block button, it's definitely a safety mechanism that this is a white privilege mindset. The fact that, what is it needed for? When there are a lot of Black creators that are constantly harassed. Like when you guys were saying how people come on to the platform to spread hate, not in the aspect of like, they just want to see. Some people want to see, but some people come literally on the platform to spread hate and being harassed. And I remember some situations because my name on Twitter, like when Black Lives Matter, when everybody's putting their names, putting it on their Twitter name, I kept it, right? Since then, I've constantly gotten tweets where somebody is either on both sides, whether it's someone reporting something and they want Black Lives Matters to see it. So they're tagging me because they're not really looking at the accounts they're tagging. They're tagging me and CNN and NBC with their tweets, to report things. Then you have the people that are complaining about Black people and they want to tag in Black Lives Matter. So they tag me along with CNN and NBC or other Michelle Obama or other people that they know are prominent Black people because my name has Black Lives Matter in it. And I have had to block a bunch of people because it'll be the situation where they're like, you guys want to stand up and say something when white people do this, but you guys did this and you don't want to say anything. And then literally attacking me in this conversation that you decided to have. I don't know you. I ain't trying to have this conversation with you.
Christine,
And then,
Christine,
yes.
I can see the book now. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. My story. And I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to read it. No,
Yes,
you need to document all of this. Document all the tweets, all of it. I want the story.
It's wild. It's
It
wild.
is.
And so blocking these people, if I can't block them, now they can just go crazy tagging me. And it's one thing if you do what you do and I don't see it, that's whatever. But now to tag me, you're bringing it into my notifications because that's where I go. I don't really scour Twitter. I pop in, I look at my notifications, reply to what I reply to, and then I'll peek into like the for you thing for like literally 30 seconds and then I'm out.
Beautiful. I'm gonna have to catch you next time. It was great talking to y'all. Mwah. Be good making
Bye,
choices.
Chelsea.
Y'all have a great episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
But yeah, it like if there, I understand your concern, Kai, with the aspect of like, can you leave? My thought process is like, will I keep using it? If I start to get attacked and I can't defend myself on it, then I will. That's when I will be like, you know what? I can't use this anymore.
They're not even gonna let like the people with blue keep the block button.
It
like he's
doesn't
gonna
say
make
that
that a
they
thing.
have. I
He
feel
said
like
free
he
for
might.
all.
You know, I feel like he's gonna
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, look at the outrage! Now I'm gonna make money off of it."
Yeah.
Blue
think-
And he would
premium.
get me. He would get me.
Blue
I totally
premium.
would subscribe at that point. I would.
$12 for the block button.
That
I pay.
goodness.
I would pay.
I am very upset with this man. And then on top of that, there's TweetDeck is what we use to run our Twitter, where we can have the interns like tweet for us. That's going to be, now it's changed to X Pro, and it's going to be something you have to pay for, where you have to pay for that. So people who are using it to run their business now would have to pay. It's behind the paywall now. And then depending on the settings that someone might set up for, like, you know, like how you can DM some person if they follow you, but you can also DM people that aren't following you depending on their privacy. Like if you're just trying to network or connect with somebody. Well, if they have it where only people they follow can DM them, then you cannot DM them unless you are Twitter Blue. Then you can DM them. Yeah. So you would have to pay to DM somebody, which affects us as people who are trying to network. And if you have like somebody who wants to protect themselves from crazies, but open it to networking, they have to follow you, or you have to have Twitter Blue.
I just don't
getting-
understand.
Yeah.
Why? Just why?
To make more money. But you sell these expensive, lavish cars that everybody buys. Like,
Maybe I could buy one if I didn't have to subscribe to Twitter Blue.
Yeah.
Maybe I could save up.
That's
I think
true.
every Tesla should come with a Twitter Blue subscription for a year.
Listen, if that's the case, I'll get a Tesla, you know? I'll get a Tesla.
I think Twitter Blue should come with a Tesla.
I
That
like
part.
that.
Yeah.
I like
There you
that
go.
for
Yeah.
sure.
I'll
We're
buy
big
it.
now.
Yeah. I would
yeah.
definitely buy it. Yeah. Oh yeah. That would be great. Our next thing is Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Oh, okay. I was like big on the screen for a second. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. There we go. Had a teaser trailer that dropped. And let's show it really quick. Let's roll the tape. For while they're getting that ready, have you guys seen the movies? Did you watch any of the movies?
I have seen one of the movies and read like 2 pages of one of the books.
I've read one of the books and seen none of them. I didn't even know there's already a movie.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. So I have
No.
seen one of the movies, read none of the books, where it's like a mix here. It's like a mix
There we
here.
go. Yeah. How nice.
And I liked the first movie. I didn't see the other ones though.
When
I think it was
when
like
did that first movie come out?
Years
gosh.
ago.
Let's not
my
age me,
God.
please. A long
I just
time
I just
ago.
didn't even know it existed. I read probably my first Percy Jackson book like 10, 12 years ago.
Oh yeah, you got
Oh,
movies
that-
to catch up on.
Yeah, that movie came out. Let me.
Like 2014, 2015.
Oh, damn.
Because it was
know.
The Lightning Thief, right? 2010.
What?
2010.
Yo, I'm lagging. That's wild. So the movie came out before I read it didn't even inspire me to read the book. That's probably around the time I was reading it.
Oh, you were like just reading, just to read. That's,
Yeah.
you know, look at you. Look at
Well,
you.
Well, we don't do that anymore.
Oh, play the trailer.
The stories that I have told you
That is a long sword.
about great gods and half-bloods, they are real.
Ooh.
Percy Jackson, we've been expecting you.
December 20th. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so it will be a Disney Plus show coming out in December. Originally, Zeus was announced to be Lance Reddick, who, rest in power, recently passed away. So I do wonder if they filmed his parts yet and we're going to see it, or if they refilmed and then, if they've recasted. I'm not sure. But I guess we'll find out then. From the trailer, it is going to be on Disney Plus. I will say that. So for you guys, yay or nay, and why?
Yay, but I haven't seen the other movies, so I have to catch up. And also, you said it is a movie, not a series.
No, it's a series on Disney Plus. Mm-hmm.
I'm a little conflicted on Disney Plus series. I don't know why. Like I haven't.
I know why.
I haven't gotten into any. Like I don't know. I wonder if it'll be good.
I feel like that's a fair wonder to have. Disney Plus. I've been quite upset with their offerings as of late. The only good thing that I've been enjoying as a original series, is High School Musical, the musical, the series. That's the only one I've been enjoying.
My friend from college, college is in that. It's so good.
In that? Who?
Yeah, his name is Joe. He's the blonde boy. Sharpay and his boyfriend plays his boyfriend in the show. Plays the piano. He's blonde and he plays piano.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's his name in the show? I actually have only seen a couple episodes.
Something Smith is his last name because he is a fan. I know his name.
Serafini. That's his name.
Oh, his real name? Oh.
Yeah. I don't know his name in the show. I don't know his name in the show. I've only seen like 5 episodes.
I've only seen a couple myself.
I'm a fake friend.
Yeah. What's his character's name? Y'all putting in the chat? Seb. Yes. Seb. Yes. Seb is adorable.
Yeah.
So for you, Justin.
I have no thoughts, feelings, nor opinions on this yet. I have to watch the movies. I read that book when I don't even know how old I was, but I have no opinion on Disney Plus series. So if it was like Disney Plus movie, I'd be more inclined, but I don't know how I feel about their series yet.
Have you seen any of the series, like any of the the Marvel stuff or the Star Wars stuff?
Bits and pieces. I haven't watched anything in its entirety. I've watched some of What If and Mandalorian, but I'm really bad at I'm notorious at not finishing shows. So yeah.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur was good.
Yeah. Animations, I think that they've been pretty good, but their live action stuff has not been good. Their live action stuff has not been good. And I will say, and I mean, I've complained about this many times on the podcast, but for you guys, this may be the first time hearing it. But one of my problems when it comes to Disney Plus is the fact that, with Marvel, and it's been the creative restraints that they've put over Marvel and Star Wars, where a lot of the shows are very short. And the fact that it's short isn't the biggest problem, but there'll be six episodes in a season, 30 minutes, and they put restraints on the creatives where it affects writing. Well, you have character development that is sloppy. You'll have shoddy pacing, and it's it's the a lot of depth and feeling is lost because of the way that it ends up being written and executed in order to fulfill the restraints that Disney puts on it, because they sold to adults hey, we're going to have full movie budgets for our Marvel shows and Star Wars shows. And this was back when they were announcing Disney Plus to really get adults to buy into it. But then they've really shedded off a lot of the depth and amazingness that these shows could have had. And that's where a lot of them fall flat. Obi-Wan Kenobi was a bust. Okay. It was absolute. Yeah. So I'm nervous about Ahsoka because Ahsoka's my number 1 Jedi, and then right under is Obi-Wan. And I saw what they did with my number 2. So I'm just nervous about my number 1 right now.
That's why we striking.
Hey.
They need to give the writers more time in the writers' room.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And stop putting these constraints on the way that the shows have to be created and done. Let them have, because you've seen Last of Us. Last of Us was 9 episodes. And they were able to do amazing things in those 9 episodes.
Mm-hmm. So good. I'm excited for more video game adaptations.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited about.
I am looking, depending. For me, I am looking forward to the God of War series because it's Amazon Prime, and Amazon, they pay money. We've seen some of their productions, their live action productions that have been amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. And Tomb Raider. I think there's going to be a Tomb Raider
That should be
series that's also Amazon Prime. So those two I'm looking forward to, because I think even if they stray away from the source material, I think we're going to get a good watch, which a lot of times is not the case. A lot of the times we don't have a good watch. It's like a garbage show or garbage movie, even though they've strayed away from the source material.
Yeah. Wasteful.
Very, very wasteful. Kind of talking about just like an announcement thing. I guess they're going to be making an animated series for Disney Junior for Ariel, and they're making her black in the Disney Junior one, which I think is super cute. And it will star Taye Diggs and Amber Riley, who was in Glee. She'll be playing Ursula, and he will be playing what's the king's name?
King Triton.
Triton, yes. And I think that's going to be cute. I'm actually going to watch that and have my daughter see that. And, I love representation for her, something that she could see, because she didn't grow up with Ariel or any of that. So The Little Mermaid was completely lost on her. And the best part she thought was the teaser trailer for the Ninja Turtles before the movie started. So
fair. I still haven't seen it, but
I need to see it too.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to, because like didn't it come out while we were at DreamCon or like right after or something?
Yes.
August 5th.
So the week after.
Right after.
The week after, yeah. So
when everyone was having the con blues,
sniffles and blues.
COVID survivor.
COVID, yep. A lot. Listen, if you're going to conventions, just put convent-vid, like it's con-vid. You're getting the vid comes normally, like everybody. Luckily, this time I didn't get it. Last time I didn't get it, but everybody around me did. Everybody around me did.
Yeah, like half of my Airbnb had it. I was actually surprised I didn't get it. That's why I'm a survivor.
I'm surprised because we were there. All the people. Yeah, we were there.
Yeah.
And,
I didn't get it either. Surprisingly,
I only got it in 2021, I think, from that DreamCon. Yeah, but that one, I think everybody had it.
Everybody. My husband had it. And what's funny is I was there. I didn't have a mask because I think I had just gotten vaxxed right before it. But he had a mask on the whole time, still got it. And he was barely there. I think he showed up 2 days and was barely there and got it.
The way the mask works is the mask works to stop you from spreading diseases, not stop you from getting them. So
if everybody else don't got them,
it doesn't really do much.
Which a lot of people did not have masks at DreamCon last year or this year. But I mean, I digress. Kind of skipping forward, since we are like, we had a lot of lovely conversations. We'll skip the nun thing, about her suing Warner Brothers about her likeness being used. But I want to really I really want to like dive into the movie talk creators conversation. Because as we know, there is the which again, I'm offended that this is the picture that they used. But did you guys read the article? That's the first question. Did you guys read the article?
Oh yeah.
I did not. I am skimming now.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It was very upsetting. I'm not gonna lie. Like, because both of these people, like me and Straw Hat he's had his controversy. And then with Stoops, like she just makes incredible content and like analysis of like all of the movies going on. And I just think it's elitism. Like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I'm here in New York. I'm really involved with like the theater community and stuff. The elitism of being how do I want to put this? Being someone who's official. So like there's critics, there's official film critics, but then there's also TikTokers who are now being invited to host premieres and like events, red carpet interviews. To me, it's giving, oh, they're coming to take our jobs and I'm afraid of them. Is the attitude that a lot of these film critics are giving to a lot of the movie talk creators. Now, I'm not a movie talk creator like specifically, but I do make sometimes movie content and I do get invited to like movie screenings and whatever. And I just think it's ridiculous that this article was even made. It's very inappropriate. And yeah, it's out of pocket. Frankly, it's out of pocket.
Extreme. It's like, it's giving, tell me your booty hurt without saying your booty hurt. Okay.
Yeah, like you're mad.
Yeah.
You're
And
mad.
actually in this, he did mention how he is jealous that a TikTok influencer could make a lot more money than him. So for those who don't know, because I see people saying, what happened? What happened? What happened? So over the weekend, around the 16th, a writer, a critic, and I'll just use these, fingers here. Dustin Rolls, he wrote an article and it's titled, "Call It What It Is, Movie Talk Creators Are Corrupt." And even though he says movie talk to include TikTokers, he is essentially talking about influencers or content creators who are not official movie critics. And he goes on to say how they are not critics. They are just advertising. You can't trust their opinions because they're paid to be there. He's like, thank you, interns, for putting the link in there so people can read it. He was like, you can trust the thought process of you saying, oh, you can't trust their opinions because they're paid to be there, and you can trust regular critics' mindsets is like either you haven't read like other critics' writings and things like that, because even a lot of the critics that go to see a movie, you'll have crusty old white men going to a like teen comedy and talking about how it's trash because they can't understand it or they can't relate to it. And then you're going to say that the people who are who are fans of the content, who are fans of like superheroes, who are fans of like the nerd content, or because a lot of they really got bigged up in superhero movies. That's when and then it started to kind of like, they started to invite creators to regular screenings. But a lot of the times it was like the Marvel stuff. Black Panther was like a big one. You have the DC movies that have been, or DCEU/DCU movies that have been coming out, where you've got people we know and people we've worked with or we've seen being invited to these premieres. And what sucks is that thought process that, oh, they can't be trusted, but we can be trusted, when that hasn't been the case. There have been constant movies that we are fans of as Black people, right? That when they sent a lot of white critics to go judge them, had terrible reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, to the point where I don't trust critics. I'm like, I feel like you don't represent my taste or my following. I need to go to you get to, and I talked to my husband about this. The thing that he loves is like, he loves Jeremy Jahns. That's one of his favorite critics, like movie critics. And he's a content creator on YouTube. And it's the fact that he watches his videos and he's like, I can relate to the things that he's saying. When he says this about a movie, it's also how I felt about a movie. So this guy, I can trust his opinion. I know how he feels because it's how I feel. You when you relate to somebody, you can trust their opinion. And when you have like, I'm gonna pull it up. What's the Harlem? Is it Harlem Nights? Harlem Nights. Well, okay. First of all, have any of y'all seen it? I'm the old crusty here. Have any of you guys seen Harlem Nights? Okay, that's a no.
I'm so
That's
sorry,
a no.
Christine.
It's
I've
okay.
been to
It's all
Harlem.
right.
There we go.
No, Toasty.
You know
no.
what
There
you
we
just
go.
did, Toasty. You just did that. I've been around the block a few times. I have Black friends too.
Yeah.
Listen, I gotta pull that in New York all the time. I'm like, I go to the deli. I'm here at the bodega.
The deli? You mean the bodega?
Gotta pull
Oh
it.
my goodness. But you constantly have films like Harlem Nights, which is a Eddie Murphy comedy that starts like, it's a Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor comedy that's hilarious. And if you've seen the Busta Rhymes music video, okay, you know what? Do y'all know who Busta Rhymes is? Let me just
Oh,
start
whoa,
there,
whoa,
you know?
whoa, 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 whoa.
I know who
Don't
that
be
is.
disrespectful.
Okay, all right.
That was a little.
So did you
that was
watch
a
his
little
music
crazy.
videos from the 90s or early 2000s?
I'm sure I've seen it in
At the
passing.
salon.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That counts. He even used like an excerpt. He was doing a lot of movie content in his music videos, so you've probably seen a reference to Harlem Nights if you've seen Busta Rhymes, because he did like a whole thing in it. Nonetheless, it's this amazing comedy movie that they gave 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was a lot of reviews from crusty white men that were like, I don't get it. I don't, like this thought, you don't get so I'm supposed to trust you. I am supposed to trust that you represent what I like, and trust that you're giving a great review that's fair on this content, is what you're saying.
I mean, I just think there's a turning of the tides with content creators, and I think people are afraid of us. I'm gonna say how it is. Like, I think a lot of people are afraid that content creators are going to be taking a lot of official opportunities.
Mm.
But it's like, you can be qualified and be a content creator. I do think there are a lot of content creators who aren't qualified who get certain opportunities. But I also think that, especially some of the people in this article that they showed, I think a lot of those people are qualified to do what they're doing. So it's I don't know, it's shady, especially with the strike. Like, you know, content creators have all these we're not allowed to talk about movies or like really discuss certain things if you ever want to join the union. And me, I'm an actor, so I'm not risking that. But then official film critics are allowed to talk about it all they want. So where's the line? Because are we not still reviewing these movies? Are we still not getting, I mean, I guess it's because we're getting like tons of views on our content, but if we're not doing it sponsored, how is it any different than a film critic posting their review? You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's, I don't know. I think people are they got something against content creators. I think it's true.
I agree, and I feel like this also, what the first statement you said is where it really hits the nose. Is that elitism and the feeling of an ownness on a thing because you were like the official original, and now that you've got this new thing encroaching on that with success, and now you feel a certain type of way. They did it with Hollywood, where they were like, Netflix movies. Steven Spielberg said Netflix movies should not count for Emmys. Christopher Nolan was saying stuff about, you know, Netflix movies or things like that. And when Netflix really started to create their own content, they were offering a lot of opportunities to people who otherwise were kept out of Hollywood. You had a lot of independent Black directors that have been able to create content that can be on Netflix, that are seen by millions. And then you have these old, antiquated thought processes from big names in Hollywood that continue to propagate that gatekeeping mentality on the old way is the right way. When people, I don't know if a lot of people know, Steven Spielberg, he was like a student in college when Hollywood was like, okay, the way that directors have been doing films, we need new, fresh ideas. So they just grabbed a bunch of directors. He was grabbed, what's the first, Lucas's first name? George Lucas. Yeah. George Lucas was there, and a couple of, I think Scorsese was another one, where they just grabbed a bunch of people who were out of college and asked them to create projects and funded them. So that was a new thing that was created that provided you an opportunity. And now here's this new thing, and your thought process is like, no, it shouldn't really count.
It's gatekeeping. It's plain and simple. It's gatekeeping.
Kai, what are your thoughts?
Hi. Yeah. My thoughts are weird because I fully agree that it's gatekeeping, but I've also seen it in multiple mediums, not just TikTok, not just criticism, but like we see it in the rap game all the time, right? Or we see it in YouTubers turned actors all the time, where like Toasty said, there's just certain people that because they have a following get these opportunities, and they get this huge platform that they can then speak on, and the things they speak on are unfortunately poor representations of multiple communities. I'll never forget, I was actually able to ask Robin Thicke himself the question of just like, you know, with the internet and social media and everything, how do you see the new process? Because it's a lot easier to become seen and heard with social media than it was back then. Like back then, you had to have multiple albums before you really got picked up. You had to have multiple hits. Now it's like you can have the one hit wonder and then gain that traction on TikTok. Like Ice Spice is a prime example. She started popping off a year ago and now she's doing everything. So I love that there's more accessibility for everyone, because I'm a huge proponent for accessibility, especially in a world that was always ableist to begin with. But at the same time, I've seen too many situations where there's people that, yes, they're putting in the hard work, but at the same time, they don't acknowledge the work of the others that came before them. And I don't think that applies to movie talk, honestly, at all.
Yeah,
because you're criticizing a film, right? But I've just seen it in other mediums where it's just like,
you see it in music a lot. You see it in music a lot.
Music a
but
lot.
That's also not just social media, because that was like when Nicki was big. Lil' Kim was like, "Hey, you need to give me my props, my dues," and then like other people are saying that for, it's like passing the mic and whatnot. Roseanne had the nerve to say that about Lizzo, but I mean, that's a whole other thing.
That doesn't make any. Sorry.
That's a whole other thing. It was a wild thing. It's like, where did you even come from, Roseanne? How do you even know Lizzo? I don't even know you knew Lizzo, but what have you?
Well, I will say that article was a response to, I'm putting it in the other chat now, but it was a response to this other article that came out with the New York Times that they interviewed a bunch of movie top creators. And I think the New York Times set them up because the title of this article was they review movies on TikTok, but don't call them critics. And I'm sure that was to cause more of a rift between official movie critics and then TikTok creators. And I'm just like, why did y'all do that? Like, people really don't want to see content creators succeed. And I get it, but it's also just like, it's so accessible. Like, instead of being upset about it, why don't you just
do it? That's the thing. Dustin, Mr. Dustin, who wrote that article, I don't know how you pronounce the website for that article. But the original one, not the original one, but yes, your response to the subject of what we're talking about, Dustin, you could just make videos. You could do it on TikTok. You could do it on Instagram. You could do it on YouTube. You could do it everywhere, actually.
Oh, that's too much
you could
work.
Stream.
That's too much work.
It's crazy, but I digress.
I just don't get the idea of being upset about people sharing their opinion on something, that your job is also just to simply share your opinion, because you're not reviewing it objectively. Because at the end of the day, you'll sit here and say, like, a film that doesn't relate to you is bad. So I just don't get the point of criticizing someone else's opinion and being like, oh, they shouldn't be allowed to have an opinion that reaches this many people. And this an opinion. If you want to go by that logic, then neither should you. But that's just me.
But I also don't understand the idea that content creators are being paid by studios and not disclosing it, because every movie top creator that I know, if they're doing a sponsored post, it clearly says sponsored. And if they're not doing a sponsored post, they're giving their opinion. And I guess the argument is, well, they could be getting paid by the studios. You think these other critics aren't getting paid by studios? Like,
that's an assumption. That, like, you can't assume that. Like, you can't sit there and be like, oh, because not everybody who gets invited is paid. That's the other thing.
I'm never paid for those.
I've never been paid to go to a premiere or anything.
Never.
They'll give me some free popcorn, maybe.
Hello? If they catch my flight or do a premiere out here, flying to California on my own buck is a bit pretty.
It's honestly it's the Supreme Court mentality of like, oh, we keep them in office forever, so they're not corrupt. No, that's not how that works. Just because one person got paid to do something doesn't, like, it's weird, and it's different. And just say that you're a hater. It's fine.
Which he did say that he's jealous so I will give you points on recognizing that, but the whole article is just like booty smear. That's all it is. You hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Booty smear.
Yeah, that's all it is. He just like he probably Googled how much does a TikTok creator make, and then he was like, I'm gonna write an article. I'm upset.
He woke up angry.
People don't understand. Like, it takes a lot to get up and self-motivate, and some people aren't built for it. But a lot of people, if you could just put in a little bit of work, you'd be making the same amount of money as some of these creators. You just have to, like, people don't believe in themselves, or they don't want to, like, put themselves out there. So
speak on it.
It is what it is. Watch them get paid and sit back, I guess.
Especially if you think your opinion's better.
Hello? At this point, to survive in this game, you're gonna have to adapt. And
exactly.
If you're gonna stay old and antiquated, it's not gonna do well for you. So, like, sure, Steven Spielberg will always be a household name. That's because he did it before times changed to the point that they are now. If he was to come into as a director now with the old antiquated mindset, he wouldn't be as big as he is. And that's the bottom line.
There's privilege in being a pioneer.
Which, Dustin, my friend, baby, you are not. You're not. Siskel, the only main critics, Siskel and Ebert, okay? Them's two names that I know from, back in my day, okay? Nobody else. Do y'all know those names? Am I
I was
alone
just
on
gonna let
this?
you rock. I don't know why you had to
Okay.
bring attention to
Okay.
it.
All right. All right. I'm
I don't
just
know
like
why.
great people.
I was
I'm
nodding my
just
head like, yeah, Christine with the good
Because
words
there
of
was, I
wisdom.
just feel like the mic, you know, the mic when nobody else says anything, and then you just hear that cough. Like
It
that's
was
what it
no,
felt
it
like.
was your mic drop, and then you brought it to attention. Like we all let it rock. We were
I
nodding our
didn't feel
heads.
the drop. For me, it was a cough. I heard like
Crickets in the background.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you heard crickets. Yep.
That's what I heard. But yeah, I think because one of the things that you said, it's something we see in the industry as well, like the thought process. Some people come into the space and be like, "Oh, it's easy. You just record stuff and then you put it out there," and then they learn that that's not the case. And I do feel like I'm not going to take away the work that is put into the watching a movie. Deciding what words to write. Writing is a thing, right? That is something that does take skill or ability or even time, work. It's hard, to try to find success in that. But it's like that for a lot of other industries. And you got to stop thinking about, oh, me, oh, my. The thing that I do is hard. They just turn on a camera, they make money. There's a lot of other things that go into it. I'm sure when you wanted to be a writer for your article or your blog or what have you, I'm sure there are people like, well, why don't you go be a doctor or something that they treat it with the traditional mindset? Like, why don't you get a real job? You know, that whole statement that people like to throw out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've experienced it too, Dustin. So calm down. Okay.
Calm down.
Yeah.
And Dustin, I know you felt that.
Was that better? Was that did you feel the cough that time, Christine?
No, that was better. That was better. There was no cough. I felt the mic drop that
There you
time.
go.
The mic
There
drop
you
was
go.
that time. It wasn't the, it wasn't that. It wasn't that this time. Okay.
Had to run it back.
Right. I appreciate you. But yeah, we did have some gaming thing to talk about, but we can move that as a chat to next week. Actually, no, we can't. Next week, we will be doing our deep dive of Secret Invasions and the future of Marvel. Conversation will be next week, with a panel of people for that. But I do want to appreciate and say thank you to you guys for coming on today and having the conversation and talking about a lot of the topics that we talked about. And before we close out, I want you guys to take a second and tell the people if you have anything that you want to shout out, anything upcoming that you have, and where the people can find you. We'll start with Justin, then Kai, then Toasty.
Nice.
Justin,
Leave
you're
it to
first.
The unprepared person. Yes. Hello. You can find me on Instagram at Justin H. Phillips. Just like, what side is it? That one. Yeah, right there. Justin
There
H.
you go.
Phillips with a 56 after. So 5 and 6. I'm an actor. I have some projects coming up. I am working on a web series. It's called Slade. So if you like supernatural, Vampire Diaries type stuff, I'm a vampire in that show. So, come check it out. If you like Blade or Marvel movies, Ghost Rider, then I just produced a Blade versus Ghost Rider film with King Vader. So if you are a fan of King Vader or if you like Marvel, that is like an hour-long film. Get you some Marvel content while everything's being struck. Ain't nothing coming out right now. So go ahead and check that out. Besides that, you guys can find me there. Thank you. Thank you for hearing us out.
Of course. And Kai?
Hi, y'all. I'm Kai, defined by Kai on all socials. Big project coming up. I am going to be on the Gamers on the Road 5GRV. We got a season 2 with Bear Fatasha and Leash Capiche. That's coming in November. So be on the lookout for that. I know y'all know who Tasha is, so I know y'all know who Leash is. And if you don't know me, you're about to find out. So stay on the lookout for that. I'm also a producer and content creator for Rooster Teeth. So me and my friend Black Crystal have a show called Cozy Couch that is monthly. Our new episode actually goes out on Thursday on the All Good No Worries YouTube channel. So make sure you go watch that. We actually ended up playing Good Pizza, Great Pizza, which was like an old mobile browser game that everyone played, in the office when you weren't supposed to in high school and middle school. You know what I'm talking about. One of them pop-up streets, like those types of games.
The
I know you
flash
know what I'm talking.
games.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So go check that out. And yeah, I do YouTube, I do Twitch, defined by Kai, because only I can define myself in this dumbass world. And I'll see y'all there.
Awesome. And Toasty.
That was such a good closer.
Nice.
Hello, everybody. My name is Toasty Marshmallow. You can find me on all platforms. Anything I have coming up? Oh, if you live in New York City, I will be doing a live workshop at the not Nintendo store. Oh my gosh, I'm getting my things confused. I'm doing a live workshop at the Lego store on Fifth Avenue, October 1st. Bring your children, bring your baby cousins, and it's all about empowering young girls. So definitely come to that. And then follow me on all platforms because I post content so pretty regularly. I just dropped a Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 opening cover today. So if you like anime, gaming, and anything nerd, follow me.
I think you also did one to one of my favorite opens, and it's Inuyasha.
So
Hmm.
good.
That
The which one? I've only done Inuyasha endings actually.
no, sorry, it's the ending. It's the ending. It's
Oh,
the
okay,
one.
yeah,
It's the ending that when you say Inuyasha, that's the only song people sing. They forget it. They sleep on the other ones. Yeah,
Okutashi.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Aw.
W song.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
love
one.
that.
That's my jam. That's my jam. Shout out to Inuyasha and them. Okay, and them. I want to say also shout out to our members. Shout out again to Otaku Noir. We are going to be doing a streamathon. So you guys stay behind for a quick second. I'm just going to ask you if you guys want to be a part of it. Not on, I'm not going to put you on blast here. So just think about it and tell me no after we close. But yeah, we're going to be doing a streamathon to raise money for our hardworking interns. That'll be September 2nd. Yeah, I don't know why I was like, let me look at a calendar. Saturday, September 2nd. It will be a 12-hour streamathon. We'll be having different guests on for 2-hour blocks. You guys are not going to be asked for the whole 12 hours, but we're going to try to raise money to fund our interns because they don't get paid for this. We do talk about how hard it is to work and put on a production, and the interns do a lot of work from the 2 days after the one show up until the next show. So, that we want to be able to fund them and yes, give them their coins. Okay.
Denim.
So, oh, they want yes, they want some coins. Okay, Denim. So, we are going to have a 12-hour streamathon that will be September 2nd. It's going to start at 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. ish, because sometimes we go a little bit over because we be having fun. And yeah, make sure you guys come through, check it out. And I feel like there's something else. Buddy Bear Beanies. You can get your very own Buddy Bear Beanie. Check out gimmeswag.com/iChristine, if I said the website right, where you can set up to be notified when the beanies are available for pre-order. This is the first time. It's the thing that one thing people constantly ask for me. I finally found someone who can make it happen. So sign up so you can get alerted when pre-orders open. And I think that's everything. I always feel like there's something I'm forgetting, but just follow on socials somewhere and I'll let you know. But yeah, that's it. We're out. Bye.